Welcome back, everyone. Darkfather here. We are live on Twitch, and as always, we are uploading this on YouTube. So, if you see this on one platform, please consider checking the other one, and follow me there as well. We do also have a Discord server, so feel free to join us. You'll find the links in the description and on our Twitch About section. So, let's see what's the plan for today. So, first of all, as usually, I'm checking my secondary monitor, making sure to have sound, video. I think it's good. We updated to episode 29. Okay, goodie. So let's check it out and see. We played quite some this week. So as usually, let's do a weekend gear review, right? Oh, I have 2 weeks. Oh, this is the 23 week. That's a good week for us. Okay, perfect. Let's take it one by one, right? First thing we do is review the gear. Perfect. We farmed and practically, in a way, finished what we plan to do for the dragon gear, right? So practically we got the mail, we got the sabatons. Therefore, I kind of finished what I wanted to do. I'm considering going for the artifact set. So that means another at least 2 weeks of grinding based on how much stuff I have. We got the Stoneforge longswords, and those, I have to be honest, I was checking them before. I really like them. I know they are not top end, whatever stuff, but the fact that those are being triggered when you shield, right, when you block there, it's actually amazing for a tank because you can, let's say, control pretty decently when the bonus comes, right? And in general, when you shield is because you feel you are going to be hit pretty tough, which is actually one of the good bonuses out there. I'm not saying it's the best one, it's not 100% uptime, but to be honest, I feel good about it. I feel like I can do whatever I want there. Okay, so we got those as well, and I'm happy about it. It was a long grind, but not that painful, to be honest. What else we got? We managed to buy some kits. So we got 2 defense ones, 2 deflect ones, and 4. I didn't put one here because I'm not very sure if this will remain. And 4 of them for stamina regen. And now in I don't know why I have 53. Very interesting. So now I'm pretty much with all those 4 stats of 53k, and this feels amazingly well. I really like the fact that I managed to balance. I'm not end game, by the way, but I feel like somewhere when you reach 50 item level, you can start optimizing your gear a little bit because you are on a level that you can do most of the standard content, and also because you will not progress much faster from here on, right? From here on, the progress is going to be slower and slower. Okay. So I guess that's a good moment for me to make this happen. So this is what I've done. I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know why I have 53k defense. I thought I may have a little bit less. That's quite annoying though. And you know why? Because I'm getting 2k defense from this one. Oh, or maybe I have the buff on. Probably I have the buff on, right? Yes, I do have it on. Okay, that's why I have 50k defense. I was worried that I overcompensated, which is not the case. So it's perfect. So again, I'm very, very happy about the stats. A little bit of the flexibility wouldn't hurt, but I don't have a place to take it from. Nothing else here. Enhancements, I haven't changed anything. Oh yes, I did upgrade it. My tentacle to this was a 50% chance. I got it from the first start. It was amazing. I don't know if I want to go further with this one. I'm struggling to know what set to take for the tank. Again, I may go to the dragon set. I don't think we've changed much. No new boons. Nothing on companions. I think I switched a bit around here. I guess those are a little bit switched to allow me to balance my stats. Mounts, I haven't done anything. I don't remember from last time. Maybe 1, 2 insignia. I think I had a drop of epic one. Maybe this one was changed versus last time. Might be one more as well. Anyway, last time I think we already had no greens, and now we practically, whenever we get an epic one, we are going for. And we got a follow. Thank you. But for whatever the reason, my chat doesn't show me. So give me a second. Driz, follow me. Thank you very much, Driz, for follow. Thank you for joining us. It seems like my bot, it doesn't want to give you an update in the chat, which is amazing. Why my bot is down? Test. I won't be able to fix it now. Okay. Thanks again for joining us. And we got a follow from Unlimited 1 hour ago. You're welcome. Hey, hi. You got a follow from Unlimited 1 hour ago. I was not streaming 1 hour ago, so probably he found it from VODs, which is very, very cool. Follow outside of the stream. How are you doing, Dritz? Still enjoying the game? Okay, so coming back, right? This was the intro. So this was the change. Again, very, very happy with the stats, to be honest. I'm really enjoying that. Let's see on the campaign, right? The update on the campaign. I haven't done anything on those two. I need to start, to be honest. As I was saying, Sharandar, I still need to finish this one. Dragonbone was finished. Nordar, I managed to take the weapons, and I was talking about dragons. So I guess the question mark for me is, do I go for this or not? I will lose. I mean, I will get. This is a little bit of an interesting bonus. Is quite. So if you don't plan to cancel animation, you will get from time to time 2.5% awareness and 5% defect severity, which is not bad, right? So if you plan to do cancel animation, you may keep this one up. I don't know if it's 100% because you have to do it every 5 seconds. So in a challenging content, it's pretty hard to do 3 cancel animation and do your tanking. I feel like very good tanks may be able to keep this very close to a 100%. I'm pretty much sure I won't be able to. So that's why I'm a little bit. They look like a very good set with quite some maintenance to keep it. So the question is, does a player like me benefit from something like that? Best tank set, Tiamat, mythic set, true. Tiamat one, which is the Tiamat one? I don't remember the Tiamat. I know the Tiamat one for... What's the name, Driz? I do remember. I know the Tiamat one for clerics, which has the 5% extra healing, which I don't think it's needed anymore nowadays. So you may go for item level, I guess. But for tanks, I don't remember which one it is. That one. Can you remind me one of them so I can search it? Tiamat is the last Tiamat, I suppose, right? Sorry, you know that I stopped my playing my main account for a long time, so let me check on internet a bit. Neverwinter Tiamat set tank. New mythic Tiamat set. Let me see. There is a nice video from Aragon here, as usually.
And welcome to damage by 8% and gain 8%.
So it's called Tiamat's Golden Necklace, for example. Okay. Neck. I suppose you can find it, right? Maybe. Can you find it? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so let's see the test. Reducing coming damage by 80% and gain 8% for 10% when stamina drops below 15. Yes, this looks extremely, extremely good. You're right. So practically, again, it's a one of the bonuses. I would say it's not 100%, but it's happening in the good moments, right? It happens when your stamina it's under 15%, which means it's the moment where you actually are shielding or losing your shield, right? So yeah, this is very cool. But this is 1 million only, this one, right? So if you go 1 million here, 1 million, I suppose this is the golden stash, 1 million here, and what's the name of the artifact? The globe. Okay, artifacts. It's 1 million, so it's 3 million, right? I'm on a budget, so I will have to live with that. But yes, if you can afford, seems to be one of the best. I don't know if it's something else better than that. On my pally, by the way, I was using, and you may laugh at me, I was using the Mitalar set because, and that's because I don't remember the name of the Utwheel, but the Utwheel from which you keep aggro on the pally. Yes, it's expensive, 3 million. The Utwheel you keep aggro on pally, it has a very, very low cooldown, right? And Mitalar set. And Mitalar set, right? So Mitalar set for me, it's a very, very nice one for the tank, especially for the pally to keep aggro, because you click so often, right, with the pally. On this one, I feel Mitalar is not that great because you have longer cooldowns. Hey, hi Ryan Statue. Hey, I used to play Neverwinter, but left when I got to endgame progression, and I saw they only sold Basil Rezel in real money cash shop. How have they changed that yet? Well, that's a big debate, and thank you for chatting with us, sir. That's a big debate, right? I guess, and that's my opinion, so you guys feel free to woo me or not. I guess Neverwinter, it's one of those games that they do cash in quite a lot, right? If I can say so. So it's fair to say the devs, they need to get money from VIP and whatever. But it's true that they are selling a lot of the in-game progression items with full money cash, right? Which, if seen by the community, I guess, as being a pay to win. Again, some people will say, well, it's not pay to win because you can get it. It's true, you can get it, but you can get it in like 3 years, right? So if you ask me, did they change the fact that you can get stuff very fast from the cash shop? No, they didn't. Can you get them in game as well? Yes, you can get everything in game. One, because most of them you can get them as progression, and the one you are referring, like stuff which used to be sold only in the Zen, anyway, they are not character bound. So the people who they want to cash in faster, what they do, they buy stuff from the Zen market and then sell it on the Action House. So companions, for example, even if they are first time only on Zen market, you'll find them here because people will sell them. I hope I answered you that. So I guess the game generic idea of having a very hefty Zen cash market didn't change, but you can get anything you want. And the way why I created this account, by the way, I do have a main account when I cash in, and I cashed so much on that, right, a long time ago. I did this one just to see what you can do if you do a free-to-play. So I started this account somewhere in December, I think. I played more or less for a month or two. In the last 2 months, I played quite heavy. And this is where I reached. I mean, is that end game? Of course it's not, right? You are not 75k, you cannot do MTOS. Can I do the rest of stuff? I guess I can do most of it. So, I don't know if I answered to your question, Renstakio. I hope I did. Going back, so I don't know if I go to that one. It's a little bit of a grind. It will take me 2 weeks, I guess. But we did some VOS, by the way. We did some VOS. Those are the... Here I bought my defensive kits. As usual, I'm keeping everything for you guys to see what I bought. So those are the defense and deflect kits, the one you've seen here. I did quite a few VOSes and I farmed this is the Displacer Beast. So I sold quite Displacer Beast and Shard of Dawns I got. So, and I think I got a few from the past as well. So I sold those, which is very, very nice. We'll get some money out of it. Assassin's Choker as well was a drop. What else I sold? One shard. Some energons from the time I used to do that. Okay, so kind of this. First play game event, but you need stronger car pay-to-win game. Free-to-play game Neverwinter, but you need strong character pay-to-win game. I'm sorry, Driz, I didn't understand what you meant by that. Oh, the fact that the game, it's a free-to-play game, but if you want a strong character, then you have to kind of pay or to wait around 3 years. I guess kind of interesting. The interesting part, and that's why I did this experiment, by the way. The interesting part is that you reach to 55K pretty fast, right? 3 months. 3 months is not a lot, right? So the where I reach in 3 months, for me, it's pretty fancy. That's too bad. I consider battle raising a class playstyle mechanic necessary to learn new high-level content. To charge for those was too aggressive, and I did buy pets and gear consumable from the shop. Reses are part of the new player experience as we are going to die in a lot. Oh, you are talking about the res one. Res ones, by the way, sorry, I didn't understand your part. Res ones, you are talking about those, right? Scroll of Mass Life and Scroll of Life. Those are not only in the shop. You will find them. So let's do this. Right, let's take the scroll. I suppose those are the ones, right? The one which are raising you when you die. I don't know where are those, by the way. Miscellaneous? Can I find them in consumables? Yes. So those are here, right? 100 of them, 500,000. Are they expensive? I don't know to tell you how expensive they are. Why I'm telling you that, not because I'm stupid, is because I don't use them much. From a few reasons. One, as a tank, I don't die that much as a DPS. I have to be honest. I play decently. People know decently well, not very well, but decently well. I haven't died too many times. And also because I'm free to play, I'm using this, which resurrects me every 60 seconds if I die. And again, as a tank, you don't die every 60 seconds. If you do, probably you should reconsider the way you are tanking, right? So I don't know how expensive they are because I don't use them too much. I use them very seldom, right? 100 of them, 50K, 500 days. If you think you are doing only 100K per day, so this is a 5 days of work for a standard player. For a better player, probably less because you'll get money from other content as well. For example, you farm VOS like I did this week, and I got myself 350K, something like that, right? So you can do more money if you want. So yes, you find them on AH, right? Am I doing the highest content? I'm not doing the highest content, but that's a tricky question, and I will tell you why. So let's go here. Those are the highest, I will tell you dungeons, right? Those are the highest dungeons, okay? I didn't unlock them because I didn't do all the campaigns, right? But I can do them in random dungeons. So this is the highest one, right? Which came last one. Unfortunately, as you see, this one has an item level of 75K, right? If you go in a private, you get, I think, 5K less. So you need to have 70K. I'm very far away from 70K. As you've seen, I'm 53. So I cannot do the latest one. However, this is the one before latest one. And this is 45K item level, and I can do it since 40K. So now, no, I cannot do the highest one, and I will not be able to do it until either they drop a little bit the item level, either I'm going to grind so much that I will reach 70K. On the other hand, I can do everything before that. So, judge yourself. Also, another very important point. This is also a very, very hard one. So even if you are level 70, to be honest, I don't know how many of the level 70 players are able to do it. I think just a bunch of them. So if you ask me, no, you cannot do all of it, right? You have to be, if you really want to be highest content node, you use, yes, exactly. Dries tried it, right? So if you want to do this one, you use so many scrolls, especially with a group which is learning. I think Dries, they are teams today. We are 1 month, 2 months into MTOS, or even more, I don't even know. A few months into, since the dungeon started. Oh, more than a few months, sorry. And I think there are teams which they managed to do it deathless already, right? But as Dries said, as you are learning this, and unless you have an amazing party, which means top DPSs, blah, 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 you will die a lot. So I don't think this anyway, it's doable for people which are 70, unless they are very, very skilled. They are knowledgeable about the game, and they have parties that they can do that. If you are alone, you will never be able to do it with random people. This one, let's be honest, this is not type. Now, if we are talking about trials, I have to be honest, I'm not a big fan of trials, because it's 10 people and all the time you need a very big planning before, a very big group. So I haven't done myself. I did Zariel on Master. I did Tom on Master. Yes. And Tom, I don't know now, because after I haven't done it after the combat changes. So in the last 2 years, I haven't done Tom. And I was pretty much a carry when I did Tom. I didn't know it very well. Right. So I did Zariel. Zariel was pretty good. What's the item level? So the item level you see is 55 for Zariel. So theoretically, you can enter them. To finish, that's a different story, right? What's the crown? Crowner Kildogon, it's 30k. Demo 60k. Zariel Master 55. 65. 70. So you see, you cannot do the last ones if you take me. But again, me, I'm a 3 months player. So short answer to your question, as a free-to-play, I cannot do the highest contest in 3 months. Yes, you can do the highest contest probably in 3 years from now. Okay, so it's a long green. I do agree with the comment that the game, it's pay to win in a way, because you advance much, much, much faster, right? Much, much faster. On the other hand, to be honest, it's fair when people say, no, it's not free to play, because you can reach there. But 3 years grind, it's a little bit a lot. It's quite a lot, right? So now, the most important part of the week, by the way, for everyone. Yes, this is what I stopped playing. I was a paid player and I didn't have access to the highest level of dungeon without burning 10-20 per boss encounter as well. So my daily budget to run the highest content for the game will be substantial. Yeah, no, but now is not the case, by the way. Now you see, you don't need the scrolls. You don't need to buy scrolls with real money, okay? So if this was the worry, now you can buy everything with the in-game currency, and that in-game currency, you can get 100k per day very easy. You can get more if you know what to play and so on, right? So if that's the only reason, no, it's not a problem anymore, right? It's you can buy it from the action house with the normal in-game currency. Okay, that's is not that type of pay to win, to be honest. Let's be honest, that will be really pay to win, like 100% if you can get those only with real money. Yeah, you can get 100. You will see it in if you stay here for another 40 minutes, you will see it. I can refine. You can see it actually here on the screen. You refine 100%, 100 today. You can refine 0, right? So you see, I have 900k unrefined, and I can refine 100 per day. And the reset, it's in 50 minutes from now, 45 minutes from now. Okay, so kind of this is it. And I'm preparing to make a lot of money, by the way. So first of all, let me show you all, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 600 keys. Cyan layer keys. 600 I have. 600 keys. And this week, so this weekend, I will watch movies, and I get, and we all get, 2x refined stones. Okay, 2x refined stones, based on my last calculation, let's make a short calculation in our mind, is on every 3 keys, you get 2 stones. This is my high-level calculation. So I have almost 600. That means I will get almost 400. So 300. I will count on 360 mobs. 360 mobs. How much is one? They will be down now, right? Potency. Where are those, by the way? I never know where they are. Mark of potencies are consumable. I think they are 20k mark of potency. They are not here. Somebody tell me, where are they? Miscellaneous. Have I wrote it correctly? Potency. Okay, let's try again. Now, best farm method, Whisker farm fails 70k and very good. What does it mean 70k? It's not 7. Oh, it's. I sold them with 56, by the way, this week. Yeah. Whisker farm, it's in this period extremely good. Marker potency, those are the ones, but I need the. I think those are epic, right? Really? What is wrong here? So, look, those are the ones. Rank 4, right? And they are 26k. Okay, so if I get, let's make a short calculation. If I get 3, I will make a 350 multiply by 25, by 24. Oh, sorry, 360 multiply by 25. I will get 8,700,000. So I'm farming this week 8 millions. Plus the fact that I farmed the keys, right? Let's be honest. I will make an Excel for you guys next time to calculate how much time you spend. But I will get 8 millions out of this over time. Okay. Okay, we spoke too much. What shall we do? Let's say hi to the Alliance because I was ignoring them by talking to you. Hi, all. So I guess we have... It's 10:20 already. Anyone in the chat wants to play anything? Do you guys want to do a VOS? We can show Renstakio some endgame content. It's not endgame. Used to be endgame like 1 year ago. Okay, so. Wanna come RC? Sure. Let's do an RC first with the guys. After. Right? Oh no, they want to get me now. They want to get me now inside. I did it. And it's so painful. No. I can't. DPS. Okay. And then I help you. Yeah, I know he's changing. I forgot. Yes, we will try to do those after that one. I think, but if I want to do go RADQ before RC, we can go. Sorry, can you DPS? Because we also have me to DPS? Not really. I mean, I can, but I am bad at it. And this one, it's a... it's a Barbie. Barbie can DPS much better. Why would they need the DPS? Don't tell me this guy has only a tank loadout on a Barbie. So can you DPS? Yes, Devin? Why? So, can he DPS or not? I'm not very sure. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for a 73k to be a tank when he can DPS and actually really DPS, right? Because me, I can tank at 54, if 53k, I can. Okay. So you signed. This is funny. Yeah, sorry, I agreed for fly to tank. So you guys. No worries. Okay, they don't want me anyway, so. This is almost funny. This is almost funny because why I'm saying it's funny is the fact that it's much more effective to let the guy who has a better gear to DPS than to tank, because the tank doesn't really have a problem. I can tank whatever content I can get in, I can tank it as good as a 80k tank, right? Right, I can. But to DPS, I'm very far away from DPSing like 70k DPS. No worries. The one that's funny is like I agreed with fly to tank is like you guys line in blood and he doesn't want to DPS. Anyway, so let's see. Shall we do a Voss? Let's try to see. And Voss looking for. How Barbar tank do you know? I know Barbarian tank is very bad as a tank. It doesn't mean that you cannot make it work, but Fighter and Pali are much better tanks. Right. So what I have here, I think, is the best option for a tank. And if you want to restart the game, Stachio, I really suggest you to play the Fighter, especially if you want to be mostly free to play, because you do have a DPS loadout, which you can use, of course, to progress through the game, and you have a tank one, which is going to allow you to go in higher content. So a tank at 53k can play with DPSs of 75k without a problem. Right, unless they are, for example, I play Voss this week. Is the first time when I really lost aggro. I lost aggro constantly in boss fights. It was a guy who was in 3 encounters. He was taking aggro from me no matter what I did. Luckily, on the first boss, I was keeping my heart down, so he was taking, I was taking back, he was taking, I was taking back every 5 seconds, so it was very stressful for me. But that guy was probably one of the top 10 DPSs in the game. I know him as well. Oh, Wizard is very, very good now. Wizard was buffed last patch, and Wizard, it's actually the best DPS in game nowadays. Okay, so you can play that as well. Okay, so guys, what are you doing? People want to do RC actually now because it's very close to the. Nobody wants to do Voss. Let's try. I did RC yesterday, right? I don't need to do it. Yeah, exactly. In mode 24, which is the last mode, they buffed it. I don't have a wizard, so I don't know it, but everybody was very, very. I mean, people either were very, very happy about it, either were very, very unhappy about it. Just try to log into the website and asking for Arc Defender pin. I may have to get reset my login as I don't have that pin installed. Arc Defender pin, you will get it on the email, by the way. I think. Why is I'm very annoyed on my bot, by the way. A second, I will check a bit on the website. Why is this not working? Stream Elements is dead today? What the hell? Oh no, it's Streamlabs actually, which I'm still using Streamlabs, so I need to go to Stream Elements to be honest. Let me check a bit. Cloudbot timers. So is this working? Oh, it's not even working as a command. Interesting. Oh no, because it's not a command. Okay. My bad. Okay. My bot is down. I need to fix it by next time. So, looking for 3 more heal tank DPS ancients. I want to do something and I don't want to stay too much in a queue. So you know what I'm going to do? Let's see who needs a tank for anything. Either ancients, either VOS. So I will do whatever. Most people, they want to do RC now because it's before reset. All mods have only debuffer. What do you mean? Sorry, Driz, I didn't get your point. All mods CW have only debuffer. The wizard in all mods, it used to be only as a debuffer. Okay. I got your point. I don't know the wizard. I'm afraid I haven't played. I know somebody who used to play wizard even it was before mods 24. She was a lady and she's a lady and she used to play it very well and she used to be a very good DPS. But now after the patch, I think she's very, very happy because she now gets to be a top DPS. Not a very good one. So nobody wants a tank here. One here, RC before. Okay. By the way, let me check something. I will check the. Let me check in Dreadring. What's the schedule? Okay. So I want to farm as everybody else for those. The rank 5 enchanting stone. Oh, I was looking for mobs before. I'm so stupid. Guys didn't tell me. So mobs, you don't get mobs, you get enchantment stones rank 5, and those are not 24Ks. I think they are 20K. So they are a little bit cheaper. So layer of your choice is in new weekend. So this means it starts. I don't realize the weekend starts for Cryptic starts tomorrow at the same hour as now. Your first character was Ranger, fun character and strong. Yeah, Ranger, it's a fun one, I heard. I don't have either one, but people who are playing Ranger are telling me that this is very fun. Somebody was asking in the chat, like, what's a fun character? And the one which was the coolest for me was the Rogue. And I was recommending that, and some were saying, oh, Ranger is very, very fun as well. So I guess those are probably are the fun ones. Looking for group, tank, plus RC after reset. You know what? It's 30 minutes into the... Let's do something. I don't want... we are not streaming any content right now. So you know what? We have some adventures which we avoided because they are so damn long, which is Undermounting and Evil. Let's start one, and depending on what is happening in there, we move on. Installing Arc. Yes. Cool stuff. Okay. Shall we start the adventure or shall we still look for people here? Looking for trimming RTQ. Not, I don't want RTQ. LVG. Plus tank. Ancients. And VOS. Ancients and VOS, whatever can we play? RC after it's in 30 minutes. Okay. So, Restaccio, by the way, you said you do have... Oh, no, you said you haven't played for a long time ago, right? When the... when you could find resurrection scrolls only there. How many years ago was that? Never Lucky. Do I know Never Lucky? Is it any one of you Never Lucky, by the way? I'm curious because I didn't know. I don't know if I was playing at that time, if it's so long ago. Because since I played, and I played quite a few years, I know that it's true that you buy them from the Zen market. Oh, you know what happened, by the way? Now they are dropping a lot. Not a lot. It's not like you get one every second, right? But they are dropping much more than before. And I guess there are people which are not necessarily using it, and that's why they are selling them on Action House more than usually. I guess that's the explanation. They are dropping much more, even from log boxes, from everywhere, from dungeons. I got myself quite a few just by doing dungeons. So I guess overall people are using less than they are needed. That's why they are still there. I don't know who's this guy. I think I played with him. Random. I'll put a comment here. I'm sorry if it's somebody here in the chat. Just tell me. I don't want to be rude. I just put a random because I don't know. I accepted this, but looking for mana, set DPS. Looking for heals, RTQ. Come on. Do we go to do adventure? I think before Vault of Stars, I forget what the latest content was. One encounter was you fought a magic class inside of his realm. He was large and cast spells, and you were from the horizon. You had to do a lot of dodging. Oh, that's the Tom one, sir. But that's a trial, right? You are talking about Tom out of the Mad Mage, but that's a trial, right? And that's a very old one, Tower of the Mad Mage. Yes. And this is still, and by the way, this is I think still the hardest content. This is the hardest content. By the way, the Tower of the Mad Mage is still, I think, the hardest one. Even if the Zariel came, Demo came, Crown came, Tiamat, the new Tiamat came, I feel like people are still. Yeah. This one, I was a carry in that one. I healed it at the end 3 times, but I didn't feel good about it. I stopped doing it. It's a very, very cool mechanic, but this is still the toughest mechanic in the game. Absolutely. I did this one. This is pretty. It's not easy, but I feel like it's much easier. I haven't done demo. I haven't done the Master Crown, and I haven't done those either. But from what I've seen from people, those are. This is still the deadly one. Looking for a set tank. You know what? Add me as a tank after reset. So is he asking? Is he didn't invite me? I will ask this guy then, plus tank. I want Neverwinter 4 application. I don't want to open PC. You want to play Neverwinter on the phone. Am I invisible? No. Well, you know what? I give up doing any content in this morning. Or the stank. Okay. We got a group then. We need a heal as well. Okay. Let's see what we have for RC. Reaper's Challenge. Layer of Loath Mount. Oh, this is easy, right? No consumables, reduce charge speed. No health regen. So no consumables. Okay. Cube lead. So we can buff. Is no. Okay. So we will do an RC. That's good. But we will do an RC in 20 minutes. So what do we do 20 minutes, by the way? Not in 20 minutes, maybe in 10 minutes. Okay, we need a healer, I guess. So we do. So I hope. Oh. Oh, is this before? Damn, I did a mistake. I'm stupid. Yeah, he's the same guy, Ahmed Sonsuz. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. My bad. Bad. I apologize, gentlemen. I was not planning to do before. You know what? I'm sitting and not doing anything. Let's do a small adventure for the win. I'm not going to looking for group because I'm going to get excited by the fact that I can do something. Okay, let's close those. So I have some legacy campaigns here. I just want to make sure I don't see them anymore because I am annoyed by them. I think they are here. Finder Keepers, those are from where? Stronghold 1. Okay. Neverwinter needs advertising and innovation. Look, I think it's a very, very cool game, to be honest. It's a very, very cool game. So I don't know what do they need to bring more players, but the game is very, very cool. Mechanics are very cool. I don't know if people are playing, are leaving because there is this... I don't know, I don't want to call it paywall, but because you can advance much faster if you pay. I don't know if they are leaving because of that. I don't know. I have to be honest, I don't know. The game is very cool, so... Okay, so let's start Undermounting. Lord Neverwinter in the Moonstone Mask. Continue story. What? Oh, and why don't I get embark on Never? Why? Where is this quest? Okay, we will do some very chill game today, I guess. Sorry, Renstat, you probably will not do voice. It's in the morning when people, they want to do the RC. I have to do it as well, by the way. And by the way, if you restart the game, RC is probably the best thing to do every day. It's every day it's a random dungeon. It's chosen for RC. Yes, Reaper Challenge, it's called. So every day the game chooses, or the devs, I don't know, is choosing one random dungeon or one random skirmish or trial to become the Reaper's challenge. So practically it's one of the dungeons, you know, but they are much tougher. The enemies are much tougher, right? Everything is much tougher. And also there are some, let's say, challenges. For example, today, I don't know if you notice when I open the Reaper challenge, we cannot use consumables, we have longer cooldowns, and we don't regenerate health. Right, so if you go here, you see Reaper challenge. Today it's Lair of the Losma, which is a standard one. Its item level, you see there, 50k. The problem is that you have no consumables, right? So you cannot use any consumables. You have less recharge speed and you don't have health regen. So practically those are tougher. And when you finish it, you get one coin, one Reaper seal, whatever it's called. And those are a currency which you can buy very, very cool stuff for upgrades. You can buy 32 characters. Yes. I have 33 characters on my main account as well for crafting. It's true. I think if you had them at least level 11 for crafting, I think was 11 at that time, you should have them now level 20, which is the max. This is the max level now. Now your gear probably is totally crap because it's too much time, so yeah, most are level 20, which is maximum. Now 20 is maximum. Okay, so at least you don't need to grind the adventure. Actually, you have to grind them anyway, by the way, if you haven't finished them, because they will give you some cool stuff. My gear is 27. Okay. Do you have any AD, by the way? I mean, you need to choose, by the way, you need to choose what... Astral Diamonds. Do you have any Astral Diamonds? Astral Diamonds. You should have a bit. Okay, in the Mare of the Dead Man. I mean, you can have on any character and you can have in the bank, so for you to do the inventory, assuming you have them on multiple characters, might be strange. Okay, take the longbow to the shore. Okay, we will take the longbow to the shore. Okay, you have some. That's not bad. I don't know if you have it on that character. Rough 1 million. Okay, you can, by the way, refine now. Don't forget to refine now. Go here and refine 100k because you can do it in 15 minutes and you can do it in 15 minutes from now again because it's the new day. So you can get 100k refined now in this second. Refinement points, yeah, those are good for upgrades, but you don't need. Just refine the astrals you have. You can refine now 100k and you can refine again in 15 minutes from now. Okay, so we are doing what? We are doing the amazing adventure here. Yeah. So what characters do you want to play, by the way? Because it seems like you have 30, you need to decide. Yeah, I'm sure you have. I mean, you haven't played for a long time, right? A lot of stuff, it's totally unusable. Yeah, see, anyway, if you have AD on the others, yes, yeah, practically you get, so practically how does it work? From whatever you do during the day, mostly from the dungeons, you get rough Astral Diamonds. And per day you can refine only 100, right? So that's why you see me here. I have almost 1 million and I can refine every day 100. You can get Astral Diamonds from other stuff as well, but this is the main generic income source. Refining 100 per day, right? You can get from other stuff, by the way, so it's not like only this one, but this is, let's say, easiest generic for any player. Do I want tremor here? I think I want tremor. And now, depends on how well geared you were. You may still be able to exchange some of it to the exchange vendor. So in P, there is a... or I think you can exchange it from the menu. I don't remember though. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, crafting can be lucrative. But it's a lot of time. So I guess one thing which you can do is crafting, which doesn't bring you too much, by the way, is to craft effectively rings, for example, and you sell them for gold. You can make 25 gold per day, very easy from crafting, per character. And you can sell the gold if you want after that. I don't know if it's very lucrative, so you get... I mean, I am doing it on this character. Yeah, gold, it's 5 minutes a day, and you... But I don't know how much money you make, right? You make money for sure, you make AD from it, but does it worth the time investment? I don't know. I mean, it's 5 minutes for 25 gold. You can check how much it's a gold bar, by the way. That is not too much, by the way. Yeah, let's see, gold. But I don't know where it is. Gold bar, it's called. No, those are not the ones, right? Or those are the ones. So 1,000 gold, I think this is the one, it's 200k. 1,000 gold, you need quite some crafting, right? To do it with, so you need the 4 for 100, 40. So per day, if you have 40 characters per day, you can make 200k. And if you spend 5 minutes per character, it's 200 minutes, 3 hours. It doesn't worth 3 hours to get to 200k. Unless you have a, I don't know, auto clicker bot, whatever, that's probably worth it. But otherwise, no. I'm supposed to play with this guy. Or if you want some gold for yourself, just to do a bit, probably you can do that as well. Anyway, what you need to do is to go to PE and see if you can change some of your gear for the new one. There is in PE the exchange... I can show you after I'm getting out of here. There is the exchange guy, and he will change old stuff for the new one, assuming there is a specific level, otherwise you will not get anything anyway. So if you have enchantments level 15, or I think it's starting level 11 maybe, I don't remember, you get cool stuff out of it and you can rebuild your gear. If you don't, it's kind of starting from zero. Do I want to fight them? Can I get out of here? No, I need to fight them, okay. Okay, you die. I mean, basic stuff you can do is gold. This one gives you a little bit of profit and raise your professions. But anyway, the crafting is very time consuming, is very expensive, and only a few people manage to do profit out of it. And they will not tell anyone how anyway, right? I mean, it's some of the things are obvious what they do, but it's very, very hard anyway. Give me a second. It was too much light in my room. Okay. This is the beautiful Undermountain expedition, which I've done so many times on different characters. And I know that is very, very long, that's why I left it. The good part of it is that I'm doing it now when I'm a little bit probably overpowered for this area. So at least I will go through it very fast, right? So
some lies, such as that false wall. It will lead you to safety. Climb up to safety.
Okay, we got the Yawning Portal.
It's you down here.
Stuff. Let's get ourselves a beer. Greetings, barkeeper. An important invitation. Dispatch and release. Are you in P, by the way? You got good at this build? Hi, Octopus up. I'm not getting your question, sir. If I have good AOE on this build? Oh, look, and thank you for chatting, sir. I'm mainly playing as a tank, right? Mainly playing as a tank. So my focus is to have a good gear, as good as I can, of course, for this level, and set up for tanking. As DPS, I'm using it just for solo, blah blah blah. Nothing different. Now, also because I cannot afford, I have only 2 loadouts, and my main DPS loadouts, I think it has mostly powers used for single target. So I would not use my build as a good fighter AoE, I'm afraid. What is very, very clear, by the way, if you want to use it, is that let me see. This one is very important for AoE, right? Because if you heavy slash, you deal more damage with AoE. So you heavy slash, and then you use Tremor and Onslaught, right? And this does a lot of damage, by the way. So this is kind of how I use it for AoE. Heavy slash, Onslaught, and Tremor using Prepare Slam. Right. The rest are pretty much single target. So I'm afraid this is not an amazing AoE build for me, Octopus. But that's the job, by the way. So I'm in most of the encounters, I am managing to do one rotation and kill most of the mobs. So and for my level, I'm fine. So Renstakio, class I played: Wiz 24, Paladin 30, Fighter 4K. Okay, so you have practically Wiz and Pali a little bit better. Anyway, I don't think they matter too much. Well, that's good. Let me show you where to go and check. So let me get out of here. So I hope you can see my screen. Let's go to Protector Enclave. Right, and I will show you where is the what race and class. So I'm playing fighter and human here in this case. I mean, if you want to, I don't know, Octopus, are you playing the game, or you are not playing the game and trying to get in? I'm just trying to understand what, how can I help you, to be honest. So we go to PE, I think was on this side. I haven't been there for a long time, so I guess it's here. So Renstatio, if you follow me, here is the Antiquity Scholar, right? On the map is here. I'm new, I'm a Warlock. Okay, give me a second to respond to this. So Renstatio, you go here, right? Where is the rewards and an Antiquity Scholar, and you talk with this guy, and this guy it's going to, exactly, this is the same one. So this guy can give you good stuff from your old stuff. Even the old keys, he's going to transform in new ones. So it's pretty well done, right? From different stuff, gives you astral diamonds. The most important piece is if you ever had, where are those? If you had, are those? No. They are not in here anymore. I hope they are. I'm not seeing them. Yes, it's practically giving you the backup. Anyway, what you want to see is if you get those, right? Out of everything you sell to this guy, if you get medallions, right? If you get medallions like this one, then you can buy those. For example, this is the new gear, right? Those two you want to buy from here. I don't know if you have enough to get 90, for example, or to get 120, but practically this is how you gear up now with those two boxes. But again, this is not very important. It's not like crazy stuff. Me, I have only green stuff here. So very, very bad, right? But it doesn't matter because those are only top level, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you cannot do everything, right? So this is the place. And then let me suggest you something. So Aragon from 0 to hero. Okay. So there is a guy called Aragon. He's probably the best YouTuber out there. Of course, you can post. So what I suggest you is to look here, Renstatio. And as well, by the way, you Octopus. This video by Aragon, it's showing you how to progress from, as he says, from 0 to hero, right? It's progression from the start. So you have burnish, you have fancy, ebony. Okay, this is old gear and so on. Leading read, guiding read of the shampoo. You are very, very well. You are very, very well well geared, by the way. And you are still, by the way, for you. Yes, it is. The rings. So everything you have here. By the way, you see. I don't know if you got the combat changes right. Can I share that? No, I cannot share it easy on the screen. So you have power almost 90%, which is perfect. It's actually very, very good because this is what you want those days. I don't know if you know the combat changes and how the stats are looking those days, right? So practically you want to have as a DPS the first 5 ones as close as to 90% as you can. Right. And for your item level, and it doesn't matter necessarily. The item level now is just a matter of getting into a specific place and also playing top stuff. But for example, your stats now are pretty damn good for 30%, amazingly good because you have power 90k, right? The only thing which I will suggest you is to try to put more on critical strike versus crit severity. You want those to be as close as possible. So you want to have maybe 60% of both if you can. Or if you have to choose, put crit strike. Is better to have crit strike than crit severity. Combat advantage, it's a little bit too high, but it's not bad. It's 33k versus 32. So you are missing, you are losing, you are having too much for nothing, right? No, look, you have good. So at this item level, what you have already is very, very good because it seems like you knew how to do your character at that time, right? I recognize the gear is the gear I had myself a long time ago, and it's actually very good even today, right? It's much better. People today, for example, they don't understand. Octopus, thank you very much for follow, sir. So people today, they don't understand that item level is not the most important part, right? Item level helps you to go into a bigger dungeon and also helps you when you are already level 80k. If you are already 80, you want a little bit more because you want to play the latest dungeon, right? And you want to have more base damage. You see your base damage is 3,930. That's your base damage, which is exactly in relationship with your item level. It's 120% from that. So what you want no matter what item level you have, it's to have your percentages high. This is your main topic. How much you are, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does, right? But still, it's more important to have percentages than to get one more K item level, if you know what I mean, right? That's more important for you. So today, what you want to do is to get on the link which I gave to you and see what you can get out of those, right? How can you do it? So one of the things which is, for example, your Fancy Duelist Mask has a very low item level, but it's still very, very good if you want to play against one single target, right? This was a boss one, right? The weapons, maybe you want to change them first. So I guess for me, and I'm going to show you, you can go to the seal vendor and get some good pieces to replace. And I will show you which one, because you have a little bit of AD. And you can get them from a auction house, by the way. They are very, very cheap those days. They are only 10k AD each of them. So this applies for you as well, Octopus, right? If you are very new at the game, use the link which I gave you. And practically this seal vendor here, you see the North ones and the Dragon ones. Most of the ones which are good, even Dragon Steel ones, they are 1.9k each of them, item level, you see, but they are not great, right? Not that great. North one, some of them, they are better. So let's check for a DPS. You both not boys, both of you are DPSs, right? So let's take it one by one, and I will make a comparison. So if I go as a DPS, it's a difference here. So if you go to the seal vendor, let's see the weapons. This one doesn't have weapons at all. So practically this your best weapon today is the Grand Alliance Longsword. It gives you 3% more power. Okay? So this is the best one you can get today as a DPS, the Grand Alliance. Grand Alliance costs you 800 North those, right? But if you don't have them, that's not a huge problem, because if you go on AH, right, I will check for Grand Alliance equipment, main hand, and it's around 15k. This is for what? This is for Paladin, right? 15k. So I can check for what? You said you are a Warlock, for example, right? Oh, it's a little bit more expensive. It's 50k for a Warlock. Okay, so either you can choose to grind those seals, either to buy it. Let's see for a Wizard. It's 20k. Unlucky. It's 20k for a Wizard. You see, it's much cheaper for the Wizard. I don't know why for the Warlock is more expensive. Paladin gear, you show me. Yes, you are on Burnished. Yeah, Tanner Ring, it's amazing, right? Tanner, you have correct gear, by the way. You still have a correct gear. The game doesn't punish you that much. You still have a very correct gear for your pally, right? And you see already you have defense 76%. Again, look at the percentages. That's your main, right? You have 76%. You need a little bit more awareness, but you are over 50 with the rest. So you don't have bad stats for a 30k tank, right? You are there, and you have the Tanner Ring, which is probably the best stuff you can have. Because look, as a tank, I will make a parenthesis. I have the same as you. I have this piece set, which has exactly what you have on Tanner Ring. Manticore's Bite. You see, it's the same. You will change your Tanner Ring when you will get the Dragon one, but it's the same, right? Okay, so we were saying North, it has this one. Let's check on the headpiece, right? Headpiece, it's better than North one. I will tell you which one. I will tell you which one if I find it. Not this one. Alliance. This one is very good for the DPS, right? Both Octopus and I'm talking for both of you, right? What you can get, this is very, very cheap on AH, and it says like that, Alliance helmet. I don't know, for you it's going to be different, right? It's Alliance whatever. But you look at the equip power. Equip power is when your stamina is over 75%, accuracy it's increased by 7.5%. So you'll not have stamina all the time over 75, but still, it's a very, very decent bonus, right? So I would suggest you to take this Alliance headpiece, right, for your class. Again, look the one with the accuracy, right? Because the rest are pretty crap, by the way. Make sure you don't take this one, for example. When you kill an enemy, your crit severity increases by 5%. It's not bad, but it's not as... So this one is much better. I would suggest you this headpiece. The Dragon headpiece, though, is pretty bad. It's against dragons. Unless you do only dragons, doesn't make sense, right? Other similar abroad. Oh, you bought the dragon one. Yeah, the dragon, some of them, they are good. So let's go. So the headpiece, I suggest you to take the accuracy one, right? Now let's go to the chest. The chest piece is giving you, when you deal combat advantage, you have 10% chance to increase one stat for 8 seconds. This is so random, right? You don't want this one. What is this? It's random stat, accuracy or crit avoidance. Are you a tank or are you a DPS? At least if it was for DPS is different than from tanks, that would be better. But this is crap, right? So you don't want this one. On the other hand, the dragon has some good ones. Look at this one. 1000 power and combat advantage for each player in your team, which means 5k power, 5k combat advantage. Not bad. Not bad, right? And the same for you, for your paladin. You will find something here, and I will not see it now myself because I'm on... Oh no, I see it. You get, for example, for a pally, as a tank, you may want 1000 power and 1000 deflection. Very, very good for a tank. Not the best in top, by the way, but still good. A very good item level with a decent equip power for a beginner, right? How about that? I got a ping. Will you do RC? I may do RC. I don't know. Not sure if now. Reviewing gear with which stream. Okay, so again, headpiece is north. The accuracy, dragon one, you want the plates from here. By the way, those ones you don't find them on Action House, right? So by the time you green this, you probably should still get one of the plates from here, right? Now they are pretty bad on DPS, by the way. So for example, what you had yourself, Renstaccio, on the head, on the chest, it's still better than this one. Even yours is very, very old. I think is the one which gives you, with heavy strike, gives you 1% more of, I don't remember, crit strike, right? I think that's the one, the ebony one. It's still better than this one. So if you need the item level, this is very important for everyone. If you need the item level to get in a higher content, yes, take a higher item level piece. But after you enter that content, you can switch back to the ones which is better for DPS, you know? Doesn't kill you. So let's go to the next one anyway. Pieces in your feet. So I think here dragons are better. I'm going to go already to them. Dragon ones, they give you very interesting stats. So for a tank, look at this one. Where you are not in a party, get 5k crit avoidance. When you are in a party, get 10k deflection. Wow, pretty cool. Pretty cool. This is a very, very sturdy one for a tank. You'll find similar for the DPS. When you are not in the party, you get 5k defense, which is pretty bad for a DPS, but you know what? When you solo, it's not bad to have a little bit more defense, right? You don't want to die. But when you are in a party, you get 10k combat advantage. Wow, amazing. Should I buy VIP? I will tell you later. Let's finish this one. If you want to pay something in this game, if you are very, very sure you like the, or I will tell you now, if you are very, very sure you want to play the game, VIP is the best thing you can buy. And I would suggest you to stop buying only VIP until you figure out if you really like the game. But I would say like that. Play the game 2-3 months, or maybe 1 month, right? If you play a lot. Play a game 1 month. And then you say, well, I want to play this game for at least a year. then you say, I want to pay a little bit money. Then you say, VIP indeed is the best thing, right? This is how I would do it, right? So if you really like the game, if you want to play it, VIP, it's a good investment because you get a lot of stuff out of it. And that's it, right? But if you just started today, give it a try and make sure you like it. Okay, Dragon Steel. So I said those are very, very good for both DPS and tank, both, right? Yeah. And then what else you have? I think we have shirts, right? Shirts, those are crap. I think all of them are crap. Okay, so what do you want as a shirt for a DPS is, I will show you, is this one. You can find it very cheap on Action House. It's going to be damn cheap. It's like 100 or something like that. Let's check for it. It's the shirt of the Dragon Cult, and it's going to be called differently. I have the Torned one, which gives me combat advantage and deflect severity, but you can find others. So search for shirt of the Dragon Cult. Let's look for this. So it's shirt of the Dragon Cult, and let's go equipment, and this was a shirt, right? Shirt. Look, 335. Buy one of these. Make sure you buy the one you like. You see this one, it's with deflect severity and incoming healing. As a DPS, you may want something, as I told you, with combat advantage, might be a little bit more expensive. But this, it's amazing. No, by the way, I'm sorry. Make sure it's with combat advantage. I'm stupid. You see mine is with combat advantage. This is for a healer. This is 5% outgoing healing. You don't want the outgoing healing. You want the one with combat advantage. So Torned or... I think the Torn is the only one. Soiled is what? Is low AP cost. Yeah, this is nice. But take the one with combat advantage, right? Making sure, right? Because now you don't want outgoing healing unless you are a healer. So make sure you have Torn here, for example, the one which I had, 368. It's nothing. No money, right? So you buy this one. This is the one of the best now, even used by endgame players. Now this one here, trousers, you want this bonus. I don't know which one you can take those days, but this is the best bonus for DPS. Whenever you critical strike with your powers, you have chance to get action points. You are buying critical gear. What do you mean by critical gear? Sorry. I don't want to lose you. Can you rephrase it, please, Octopus? I didn't get your point. I'm buying with critical strikes. For example, yes. Make sure, by the way, the most important piece, make sure it's combat advantage, right? Plus 5% combat advantage. You see here on my screen, this is the most important. They keep power to be plus 5% combat advantage. What it has now, combat, crit, it's okay. Yes, I know you are trying criticals, you are trying warlock, that's fine. What I'm telling you is that if you want to buy this piece, make sure you buy the one which has plus 5% combat advantage and not healing or other stuff, because you don't need it. Okay, so this is the same. The good part, by the way, Octopus, is that in this game, the gear for DPS is the same. If you are a warlock or something else, it doesn't matter. Maybe small changes on a ring sometimes, right? But if you look on the DPS, it is the same. So you buy this torn shirt, right? Because it has combat advantage. I don't know which pants you can find. I think the velvet ones. Yes. I think Renstacho, you have those, right? Very cheap ones. They are the velvet. They are not giving you too much advantage. Velvet pants. Plus 1. Velvet plus 1. Why this one? Oh, there's not velveteen, velvet, right? Those ones. You see, they have the same bonus as mine. When you critical strike with your power, you get 10% chance to get 25 action points. So this is the best for DPS. A very low item level, I'm afraid, only 1k. But if you want to do DPS, those are much better than others. Yeah. But no, the why people are still using is that they have the equip power, right? And also they have pretty good stats, accuracy and combat advantage. You will see even some close to end game players still using those, by the way. Because actually they are still pretty decent, right? So this is pants, right? So we discussed what? We discussed those. We discussed everything here, what you can get initially. We didn't discuss hands, right? Equipment. Let's see. North. This one has stamina regen and control resistance. This is good for a tank, I guess. This is good for a tank. Alliance soldier. Get deflect severity pretty bad. This is pretty bad. So I guess here is dragons, which are better, right? If I remember correctly. Vambrace. Well, this is pretty. 4 tanks are pretty decent. None of them amazing. And I don't see anything. Actually, I'm on DPS. Why don't I see it? Let's see for other classes. Let's take the Warlock, by the way. So, get defense. This is bad. Increase damage. Maybe this one. It has a long. It's not great, but this is a decent because when you use the daily power for 10 seconds, you have 15% more damage with your Hot Wheels. I don't know very well the Warlock. If it uses a lot of Hot Wheels, maybe it's worth. Not very sure. Stamina regen is not great. So not that great to have those here. What options I had myself? The spike. Those ones are, I think, Restatio, you have those, right? Because they are from Juma bags or from Valenas. Those are still better, I guess, than everything you can get. However, you can take the Dragon Steel ones with the daily power. Not amazing, but gives you combat. It gives you enough item level to go. So we discussed those, I guess. Now we discuss pants. Now we have to discuss rings and set, right? So at the beginning set, you will not get any decent one. However, what I suggest you as a main set to go for is this one. So when you will be 45k item level, you go and you do the Dragon Ball campaign and you will get Mitalar set, right? And Mitalar set, it's very, very good. It's very, very good. Some top DPSs still use it, some not because they have other options, but this is amazingly good. And it's just a campaign, it's free. Zero money, nothing. You need to do it, of course. It's 4 weeks, right? 300. So it's 3 weeks and a day if you want. In 3 weeks and a day, you get this one. So this is good as a set, as a starting set, right? And I have the same. Or you can do as I did. You buy this from Action House. Assassin Choker. Not amazing, but a lot of item level. Critical strike, 1.5%. Not amazing. I would not suggest you to get this one, but you are very, very in a hurry. You can take it. Now, my 2 rings are for Voss, so you will not get there very soon. Voss, it's one of the top dungeons even now. So what you want to get there until that point are just high-level rings, I guess. Yure and Stachio have very, very good rings, so probably you shouldn't change those, because they are rings, again, with the same... You have exactly the same rings as I do, but a little bit older. You see, I have melee powers, 3% more damage, right? This is what you want. You keep yours until you get this one or something similar, because 3% more damage is 3% more damage. And for you, Octopus, you can, if you don't have anything, you just go on Action House, go on rings. You'll not find amazing rings, by the way, for DPS, but at least use, I don't remember which was the highest nowadays. Let's see. Exactly. This is what item level. 140. You put here 1400 item level, right, for rings, and you search through them. What you want to find as a DPS, of course, is offensive stats. I don't know all those rings by heart, so I cannot help you telling you exactly which one to buy. But you see, this one has critical severity and incoming healing. Very good, very decent for a tank, nothing else. So draw ranger. Accuracy deflection. Well, this is a little bit better, right? You get 3k accuracy, which is an offensive stat, and 1k deflection, which is a defensive one, unfortunately. But this is pretty decent, right? And gives you 1.4k item level, which again, it's good because you as a new player, you want to raise your item level to get in the queues, right? So it's still okay. So for the rings, you can do that. You'll not find amazing rings, but you'll find rings with a lot of item level, right? So yeah. Exactly. So this is about rings. This is about, so that's everything. Now, if you go to here, those are extremely expensive. You can buy them with 100k from the vendor yourself, or I think on Action House, you can get them for less. So let's go enhancements. How are they called? Sorry, I'm enchantment. So you can go here and you see companion enhancement, 10k. I would suggest you not to buy them yet because most of them you get them from the adventures you are doing, Octopus, especially you, right? You are going to get some of those. So I think a companion one you get from there, and you get a few from here anyway. So when you finish, when you reach level 20, yes, you go on a hatch and you buy the rest, right? But if you didn't finish the adventures, don't buy them. It's a waste of money and they don't give you much. It's 450 power, really. Yeah, level 17. Okay, perfect. You are very close to finish. So those you buy them after you see what you get, because there are still some money in them. And you will get anyway from adventures a few, right? So get those, right? Now here, artifacts, you will get one from, I don't know, if you decide to buy Assassin Choker, you will get one as a pair from here. You need to have 3, right? I don't know if you know how it works. The neck, waist, and one artifact are making a trio, right? And you see if you have them all 3 on you, you get a bonus. In this case, it's a pretty bad one. Uncanny luck. It's not amazing. I took it for item level, to be honest. Yes, your enchantment. See if you can. If you have high level ones, you go to that vendor and you sell them for those coins, Renstatio. If you have low level ones, under 9, I think, you can throw them away and get the RP. I'm afraid. If you had level 15s, you'll get a lot of stuff. But if you had level 10, you don't get much. So here you will get artifacts as you go. Run 14. Oh, run 14 is good. You go to that vendor I told you about. He will buy them and you will get coins. And with those you can buy enhancements. Yes, 14 is good. 15 was the max when the changes happened. So 14, if you have, is very good. Don't throw them away. Exchange them. Yes, and 15. Exchange them to the vendor. Right, and you will get coins to buy stuff, and I will tell you what it's worth. Or maybe we find a video from somebody who did it in the past who will give you all the details, because I may forget something and I don't want to put you in the position to it. So again, what you find here, Octopus, is not necessarily tough. What you want to do though, is to get a primary artifact, and there are quite a few. I won't be able to explain you now. I will give you some good links, by the way. Now the rest. Powers. This is the most important part, by the way, Octopus, and I'm talking mostly to you because Enstacho will know that. This is the build, right? This is the build, especially this part with the fits here, who is not, you cannot change it unless you retrain for 60k, right? So make sure you make the fits the ones which they matter. I don't know Warlock, so I cannot help you with the build. Try to find on the internet a build, or even better, if you have a guild. If you don't have a guild, I can invite you in mine, by the way. It's not mine, it's the one I am in. So they do matter, and the rotation matter, right? So some people will say, oh, I have a good gear and I don't do DPS, because usually they didn't check what's the best option for you as a class. So make sure you find a guide for Warlock and use the ones they suggest. Of course, there are guides which are better and worse, so that's why I'm suggesting you join a guild, so you will meet people which actually want to help you, you know. So if you want to join my guild, and if you don't have a guild, tell me, I can invite you. There are good people here. So boons, those are pretty self-explanatory, right? You finish campaigns, you get boons as a DPS, and again, this doesn't apply only for me. For Warlock is the same. You want to take power, you want to take offensive ones, you want to take the speed one, and when we reach tier 5, you need to check which one do you want. Also, join a guild. Very important, join a guild. You know why? Okay, because the guild gives you boons as well, right? And those, if it's a high level guild, gives you 3k item level. You get 3k item level only from those 3 boons. Very, very important for a new player. 3k item level helps you a lot, right? Because you can get into queues and so on. Companions, very important companions. As a DPS, you have 2 choices. You get a companion who fights with you, like the one I have. This is a very bad one, by the way. I use it just because it's upgraded for the tank. What's your guild name? I don't know. It's Pirate Code, something like that. I was invited by another streamer. The Pirate Code is my guild name. Okay. It's nice, friendly people, by the way. And so if you don't have a guild, tell me. Oh, and look, by the way, Range Takio, don't forget to refine your astral diamonds, because we are 30 minutes. Yeah, so you have two options for companions. Oh no, if you are on PS4, I cannot help you with the guild because I'm on PC. You know, I cannot help you with this. Sorry, I didn't check before. My apology. I assume that you are on PC. My bad. No, I cannot help you with the guild, but ask your guild members, right? I'm sure who is a good warlock. Can you give me a link or a Discord, whatever, where I can find details for the warlock? I can search something for you, but I will not be very sure it's a good one because I'm not a warlock, so I cannot judge it, right? On companions, you have 2 types of companions. Some of them, they are called strikers, and you see them here because they have powers which attack, right? You see, channel necrotic energy, damaging enemy foes multiple times. Yeah. So this is a striker. So what he does, he's helping you because he does damage. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do. What is very, very good with one of those is that in combat, when you are alone, you play alone, you can use him to give you combat advantage. That's the tricky part. That's why I'm using it myself in solo, because whenever I fight with this guy, I make sure that if this is the enemy, I am on one side of the enemy, he's on one side, and we do combat advantage, right? Now this guy moves around and he doesn't want to give me combat advantage, but I make sure the enemies are between me and him. And that means this combat advantage here, you do 60% more damage, right? Because you have combat advantage. So that's why I'm using it. And also he does damage, but in my case, he does very bad damage, so you don't care. Now, what I do suggest you is to have one active one when you play solo, because you want to have a combat advantage to do a little bit more damage. But when you play in a party, you will get anyway combat advantage from the tank in general, so you don't need it for combat advantage. And if you don't have a companion which is very, very, very good, he doesn't do a lot of damage. So you better have what we call, and I have one on my tank, an augment companion. For my tank, I use the cat. Why I use the cat? In stat and powers, she doesn't have any attack, but she gives me deflect, awareness, and deflect severity. Wow. Look here. She gives me 14k in totals, practically 9k, because this is gives me on all the stats anyway. But she gives me practically 9k awareness, 9k deflect severity, and deflect, right? So Ayana is asking me to tank. Sure. Can you give me 3 mins, please? I cannot refuse Ayana. She's very, very nice all the time with me, so I am very, very nice as well. So I will tank some dungeons, some ancients. So practically, what I suggest you is to have an active one which gives you attack ones, right? This is for tank. So practically, I think the cheapest one nowadays is Festive Tiger. Festive Tiger is 50k. Gives you combat advantage, crit severity, and forte. Doesn't give you 3 exactly offensive, but on 50k, what do you want? So this is a pretty decent one to have it as your companion. And what you want to do to make sure it's giving you 9k, to have your enhancement, companion enhancement to mythic. So, if you ask me, this is your first priority. Make sure this becomes mythic. And make sure your companion, which is summon, becomes mythic, right? So, if you watch what I did myself with the series on YouTube, and I put myself, by the way, even I think in the long, I don't know if I still have it on my list here on the left side. This was my first priority. The first priority was make the cat mythic and make this one legendary and then mythic. Because the combination gives you so many stats. 15k in total, right? It's freaking awesome. You can get 15k more accuracy, power, crit severity, depends on which one you buy. You can search as well. I will give you some links after that because it's a lot of stuff here to learn. But and also those bonuses are important, right? For example, the cat, not only that it's a very good one active, but it's a very good one passive for me. Gives me 3.8 deflect and 3.8% defense. So it's a huge deal for a tank to have one companion who gives me those stats plus those passive ones, right? And this one, don't forget, this one is important as well. You may want to put power here, for example, as a DPS. Depends on what you need, right? Because you always look, I want to be 90% here as a DPS. Me as a tank, I want to be very close to 90% here, right? You see. But as a DPS, your priority is power first. I would say crit strike, crit severity, and combat advantage next. Kind of on the same platform, and the last one is accuracy. That's the word. Get power 90% and you will see a big difference in DPS. Get combat advantage, crit strike, crit severity as high as you want. By the way, try to keep crit strike and crit severity as close as you can. It's a little bit better. A little bit, not don't make it. However, I need to go to the dungeon, so I will stop this discussion. But until item level 50k, I suggest not to bother too much with min-maxing everything. The reason why is that you are going to progress very fast and doesn't matter, right? As you are growing. You reach item level 30, you have to do the random, I cannot show you now, the random dungeons, right? Because there you get the AD from the random dungeons. You grind that for a few weeks, you will reach to the position to do dragons, as I will do now. And you will see the dragons, by the way. Ready. So, if we are on dragons, we want to have the dragon word. We have it here. We want to be buffed 7-6. I have awareness and deflect. I want to buff with caprice. And I want to butt with the elixir. So now my stats are, I have too much defense because probably somebody is running a runic aura. You see, I'm perfect, guys. This is perfect tank stats. You get 53k. Again, if I have 55 because of a player here, but I have 53 everywhere besides deflect severity. So that means I have 50% from this already. Cool stuff, isn't it? So that's why I'm feeling like at 50k, as a tank, you can do whatever. As a DPS of 50k, you will be probably a little bit carried through the dragons, right? Your DPS at 50k might not be great. But if you are using the proper gear, for example, like Renstachio has, even if you are lower item level, doesn't matter. Because, by the way, Restachio, to tell you a little bit, if a 80k player comes and plays with you a dungeon, and you have the gear you have now, and the dungeon is level 30, guess what? If he's not very correctly geared, you are going to out DPS him, because he's going to go down to 30k item level in that dungeon, if it's a 30k dungeon. So the beauty of the new system is the fact that if you have lower item level and you do 99% of the content, the item level, it goes down to the level of the dungeon. So if you are 80k, it doesn't matter. You are going to be scaled to 30. And if your percentages are bad, then guess what? Okay, let me focus a little bit on tanking this guy. He's biting me. Okay. Let's debuff him if we can here. We are very good with aggro. So I can afford to use my hard taunt to help the DPSs. Okay, he jumped away. I'm going to avoid this red here. Hello. He dazzled me. He bites me again. Kaya is on point as usually. It's so nice to play with Kaya as a healer. And not only with Kaya, but with a healer who knows what to do. I feel like I don't need to even think about using stones every time, right? Because, you know, now I'm getting beaten, she's going to heal me almost immediately. And after you reach 30k item level, you can start doing dragons. Right, after you gear yourself as much as you can. I'm going to go here to make sure I don't have any red behind me. So after you get 30k, I think, we need to check. You can start doing young dragons. You do 15 young dragons alone. I don't suggest you to do adults because it's harder to get a party. So you just go to do 15 dragons yourself. Very good training for your single target rotation, by the way. And after you do that, you do exactly what I did with a party of 5. And you get one of the best gear in the game. And that's it. It's the gear I have. And it's the gear most of the players have. Okay, I'm using my daily, firing the stuff. Again, I don't think the group has a huge DPS, so as a result, I'm feeling pretty good of using my hard taunt as a debuff. I'm going to go here to let the DPS have enough space. Okay. He's biting me again. Kaya directly healed me, so no worries for the second bite. I'm debuffing him again. I'm shielding a bit and moving in the same time, right, to trigger my ring. Oh, by the way, what I haven't seen on your pally was the aggro ring. And of course you don't have it because it was not available at that time. Okay, this is a very ugly piece of the fight when this guy is going to hit me forever and ever. I'm trying to shield and click as fast as I can. Oh, I'm doing good actually. I'm keeping my stamina. Oh shit, that's a bad stuff there. Kaya got me, and I got away pretty fast as well. So here I need to keep my stamina up, and in the same time, and to be ready to shield very fast. And I figured out how to do it only last time in a very efficient manner. Actually, you need to shield only for a second when he starts. Then you can actually not shield it anymore because it doesn't hurt you. So the animation is long, but the hit, it's only when he starts the animation. So you can use that to shield only for a second and then get back your stamina using your twill. Come on, guys. And push them. I was giving you combat advantage. Okay, let's get in before everyone else gets... Ah, you flew in and shot me directly? Man. Okay. I'm debuffing with everything I have. Okay, come here outside. Come on. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. He's biting me? Yes. He does. Okay. Let's stop shield this one. Yeah, and by the way, Renstaccio, I suggest... So, for example, I don't know how the game was when you played. I suppose the same. It's very hard. It's much harder to find a queue and a group if you are a DPS, because there are too many DPSs in the game, right? So I suggest you build your pally and do dragons with your pally. It's easy to find groups for pally, and you can grind the gear with the pally for the DPS as well, right? Because it's account bound, is not character bound. So you can play your pally to get the gear you want for your wizard as well. At least in dragons, right? I don't want to go there. Now I go. Shielding this one. All the time as a tank you want to make sure you do not have any red areas in your back, because this guy is going to push you, and especially when he bites you like this one, if he throws you on a red area and if your healer cannot heal you now at that moment, you may die from a bite. I forgot about this part. Oh shit, I need to get out of here. Yes, he's pushing me and I was not ready. Now I'm ready. He didn't do the animation, really? Really, and now you did it before the animation? So I'm shielding very fast. And then, oh shit. And then I need to get out of here. I'm shielding and I'm clicking back, shielding, clicking back, and he stopped. Okay. Really? He put me in a corner here. I don't like the position, but in theory, if he doesn't... I forgot to use my artifact. Too bad nobody's calling them. I'm pretty bad for using my artifact and my mount power, so I would prefer somebody which is a much better player than me to call the artifacts, so we can DPS this guy faster. Come on, really? Thanks a lot, sir. You are too kind, to be honest. Why an old guy like me gets you to sub? I am totally lost.
Theater 430 hype month 2 of waiting for more emotes. Theater 430 hype.
Yes, I need to do emotes. True. I don't know how to do it. Honestly, I don't want to pay for emotes for my stream of an old dude who streams from time to time. I mean, when you blush about it like 19-year-old girl, can you blame me? You are too much of a thing. Thanks a lot, sir. That's very nice of you. By the way, I will not see any of those money for maybe a year and a half or two, because you know what? I think Twitch has a rule: you cannot get any money until you get 100 euros. So if you are only the one, that will be tough. Q plus. You can do more dragons, right? They have a pity timer. It comes to something. Ah, do they? And it's called the pity timer. Really, what it's your call? Pity timer. You know I'm not doing that for money. I don't necessarily need them. Oh, you call it that? Pity timer, he said. You are banned from this stream. How dare you? How dare you? Good stuff. That's very cool, actually. Let me choose. So I took a crit avoidance one. Man, I really enjoy my stats, to be honest. It's like, oh no, I don't need a crit avoidance one. Shit, they're starting. Pity timer. Oh. Is this Canadian humor or you learn somewhere else, my friend? Let me check if I'm fine here. PT timer, he said. Damn it. Well, at least, you know what? At least my bots worked correctly for your sub. Because for follows, they didn't. I need to switch from one bot to another. Since two stream doesn't do any, nothing works. So I was saying I actually want 6. Yeah, deflect. You see my stats? 35k everywhere. The defense is more because of the healer. But see, 35k. This means amazing setup. I'm a god of playing at 50k. Probably more my father's, but I'm sure Canadian is somewhere in that mix. Oh shit. Let's attack this guy first. Okay, let's shield this one. We move here. I don't have my daily up, but I think the DPS is not that high, so I will not lose aggro. Man, I played last week with one of the top rogues on the server, and he took the aggro from me. Wow, my god, it was awful. Actually, it was pretty good. On the first boss he didn't, because he was part AoE, I guess, that's why. On the second boss he took it constantly, but because the second boss is... I don't tank it very well, but because I know it pretty decently, he never got hit because he was taking aggro, I was taking it in the next second back. So it was a pretty good training for me how to play with this big gap of I think both skill and gear, right? But on the third boss was pretty bad because the third boss is, at least for me, hard to tank. Hard to tank correctly, not hard to tank like that. And to both tank the boss and keep aggro when you are 50k versus a 80k very knowledgeable player, well, that was more than a challenge for me. And I don't know how to do it. I think my only chance is to actually know perfect the boss so I can use any chance I have to use my tab and retaliate. Without tab and retaliate, I have no chance. I have no chance against somebody like that. It was very well geared and very knowledgeable, right? I told you before, gear doesn't matter if you don't know rotation mechanics and stuff. I was talking with you and I got smashed by this dragon too much. So we are doing dragons. We don't necessarily need them. I don't think I will go for that set, or maybe I will, you know. But as Kaya wanted to help somebody here, why not? I don't have my AoE cleave, but I don't need it. The awareness movement set. The awareness plus deflect encounters use set. That's the one I was looking for. The problem with that one is that you actually need to cancel animation 3 times on an encounter, which is not very hard. It's actually pretty easy. But to be honest, one, yeah, fighter tank. It's a cool one. Right? It's not very cool as a DPS because it has long cooldowns. So it's very It's very nice because having cooldowns, you hit very tough, right? So you can one kill mobs better than anyone else. But as AoE, I didn't find him amazing, right? It's a very good class, to be honest. It's a very good class. And again, Octopus, because you have a tank, you can give me a second. You can get into queues much faster, so you can progress much faster. And 2, the tanks in this game then can play content much tougher than DPSs. So I can play this one with level 70k item level without feeling any difference for them, right? I will tank as good as a 80k tank. Of course, I cannot enter some content because bad luck of the item level, but I can tank whatever. While as a DPS of 50k, you are going to be a little bit carried here in this dungeon. To be honest. A little bit. Again, if you know what you are doing, I think you'll do a good job. This guy is like a bully from the school. He's pushing me all the time. I was tanking a lot with the Pali on my main account. Again, this is an experiment on free to play for everyone who joins. Right? I was playing with my main one quite a lot with the Pali. And Pali, it's because again it has much lower encounter cooldowns, and for some skills it doesn't have cooldowns because it has kind of a mana system, if you want. It's much more smooth to play with the Pali. On the other hand, if you have only a Pali as a first character, it's a nightmare because you do not have a DPS. Pali has a tank and a healer, right? And not having DPS means when you want to do a campaign yourself or an adventure or anything else, you are going to cry in a corner. You don't have DPS. You are going to stay 10 minutes to fight anybody, you know. So that's the problem. So I don't suggest Pali if it's your only character. But fighter, I think it's a very, very strong way of starting the game, especially if you want to be free to play or close to free to play, right? Again, I did this in 3 months. And I'm really, really happy about the progress. I don't want to stay on too much red. So again, as a tank, you are getting good defensive stats and a healer who take care of you, but you don't need to exaggerate. If you can avoid the damage, avoid the damage. Right? Shield when you can. That's a bad position for DPSs. Can you come a little bit more here so I can go here so the DPSs have more space? Thank you very much. Okay. Too much red on this guy. He bites me again. The sound is muffled, I don't know why. Because I'm in his mouth, I suppose, right? I forgot to debuff again. If nobody calls, I'm very bad on this timing. Hello, mister. Look at me! So you see the aggro bars here are very green for all the DPSs. So I'm very, very calm. Thank you, Restachio. Glad to have you here. Check anyway the link I give you from Aragon. He has also a detailed one called Character Progression, five videos. But that's a summary, the one I gave you, so it should be okay-ish. And drop by the way. On Discord or... by the way, yeah, you guys can join Discord, and if you are new players, I'm happy, and the team here is going to be happy to help you, even if you are... by the way, Octopus, yes, I was telling you that to ask your Discord PS4, but feel free to join my Discord. Because there are quite a few players which are knowledgeable there. No, because my bot doesn't tell anything. You will find it. I will find it for you. Give me a second. That's true. I should put the command because I trusted the bot, right? The bot used to do that every 15 seconds, you know? Give me a second. Yeah, that's a bad bot. This is the message, right? From the bot. I just copied the full message, so there is the Discord as well. Okay. So you have the YouTube and the Discord part. So do we need to help? By the way, who are we helping here? So is this guy? This guy is pretty well geared, right? It's not him. He has his 74k item level, right? So I don't think he's this one. Oh, maybe Hanabi. Oh yeah, Hanabi. We are helping Hanabi. He's a new player. He's a wizard, and he bought some stuff on the Zen market. You guys see it. Right, so Hanabi, which is, I think he is a very, very new one, but he got himself into the mood of buying stuff. You cannot get those mythics so fast. And I think he did a bad choice to upgrade those. Those are the last one you should upgrade. They are just giving you item level, to be honest, nothing much. They give you some stats, don't get me wrong, but why am I pressing ready? Ancient Dragon. I was checking if he has any DPS specific gear. Do I need rebuff? Oh, I didn't even use the buffs for the dragons. Let's use this, at least the protection. I forgot about the protection against dragons. Yes, deflect. 53k. This one needs to be replaced. On the other hand, gives me 4.5k crit avoidance. It doesn't have an that finesse is not amazing. That 5% different for 10 seconds is not amazing. But 4.5k crit avoidance is cool. I wonder if I can find another ring with crit avoidance which has a better equip power. And I don't know one by heart. I don't have my daily up. Took a bite of me. Hello, sir. Okay, let's use my RT now. Again, I used it very late. I suppose the DPS is to use it when they enter. Oh, let's shield this hidden stuff. I will tap this one. Too much red around me. Oh, I need to take the aggro of those as well. The other one, it's where... Come on! I hate those guys when they are going there. I don't understand why they need to have different aggro, those three guys. Okay. Keep my stamina up. Oh shit. Keep my HP up. Come on, don't push me, you bully. Again, I make sure that I don't have anything behind me. Oh, he didn't die. I thought he died. Oh, he died. This guy. And we did how many? 2 rounds until now, right? I haven't used any freaking stone. That's why I'm saying good healer means a lot, right? And I may use, right? It doesn't mean that if I use he's not a good healer, because some DPS may take too much damage, she needs to heal them and she will not have enough for me in that moment. But what I'm saying is like having a very, very good healer makes a lot of difference, right? Okay. I remember we did some dragons last week with a guy who was a DPS. He was a warlock DPS, by the way, and we didn't have a healer. And I asked him, "Can you heal?" And he said, "I don't heal, but if we don't have one heal, I will heal." So he just made his loadout on the spot to heal. And he knew how to heal in terms of he knew how to heal when I was beaten by that. So he knew the mechanics because of course he did them as a DPS and probably he was aware. But man, I used so many potions because I don't know if he did a build on the spot, right? So it was so stressful for me as well because I wanted to stay alive. And he couldn't actually heal very well. So it was very, very tough. We did a 3-4 runs and we were like, come on. Okay, so shielding every freaking piece of this guy hits. Oh shit, no. I heal myself as well. Kaya was on point, she was healing me, but I made a mistake, so I wanted to make sure that I'm not dying. I stayed too much in that area. Giga Chad. What is Giga Chad? The guy who was healing? Yeah, she was actually pretty good. I didn't tell him I used so many stones because he actually did an amazing stuff. You know, if somebody doesn't heal and suddenly he needs to heal in dragons, he actually did very well. You know, he did very, very well. But yes, I use stones. I think 6-7 every run. And I usually don't use more than 1 or 2 with good healers, right? Come on. Kill them with fire. Wait before next. Let's kill those though, at least. I will wait. I spam my stones in action, chance if they are damn low, it was my mistakes. Well, the tricky part for DPS, to be honest, is like that. So there are 2 things. One, on the red areas, you should be able to dodge and not get any damage, right? When it's the red pulsating stuff, a tip for everyone, it's pulsating twice and then hits. If you dodge exactly when pulsates the second time, you will dodge the full damage. You will not take any damage. The problem is that's not the main damage you take. When is Paladin tank good? Paladin tank is very good. It's very, very good. So let me tell you a little bit about the tanks. Paladin tanks have better utility. They can also stun, they can take aggro from a distance. They have, for example, less cooldown, so you can do that more often and so on, right? Fighter tank has better survivability, so we survive a little bit better than the Pali. Okay, so Pali might die where I may still have a little bit of life left. It's a little bit better as a tank, okay? As a pure as the pure, not as a tank, as a survivability, right? Because keeping aggro you can keep with bows, not a problem. Oh my god, why are those appearing so much? So if you want Pali tank, very viable. Fighter and Pali are the top ones. The Barbie, it's a very bad tank. Don't tank with the Barbie, okay? So absolutely. The only thing which I was saying before Octopus is that if you do not have another character which is much more advanced and you are not reaching game in terms of putting good gear on the Pali, you will progress very slow with the Pali because the Pali doesn't have a DPS loadout. Okay? You notice, I think, every class has 2 loadouts. The tank has a DPS, the fighter has a DPS one as and a tank one. The Pali has tank and healer, so you don't have DPS, which means if you solo, you are just a big piñata. You barely do DPS as a Pali. You barely do DPS because you don't have a DPS loadout. You need to use your tank loadout when you are playing solo. You know, you use your tank loadout as a solo. And you realize you do not have enough DPS to burn 2 mobs. You can kill them, don't get me wrong, but it's very hard. So on my Pali, on my main account, because I paid a lot of money and I'm rich on that account, I do have a loadout for my Pali, which is having DPS gear, DPS companions, DPS everything you want. But that's very expensive, you realize, because you need to have another set. What am I doing here? They don't let me go away. Come on, boys. Right? So it's very hard to progress with a Pali if it's your first character. Man, why are they doing... why is this guy doing that so often? So it's very hard to progress with the Pali. That's the problem, right? I hope you get my point. It's a very good one. Don't use it as your first character. Yeah, fighter DPS is not fighter DPS. Fighter has a DPS loadout, right? So fighter DPS is not the best DPS in game. Wizard is the best today. Rogue is much fun to play. For example, if you want to play for fun, go for a rogue, man. Go for a rogue or even ranger. From what I heard, rogue, it's so fun. It's amazing. It's jumping around, killing everything. Good AoE, good single target. For fun factor, go rogue. Fun factor clear. I'm like 100% sure. If you want to have easier time to queue, for example, and progress, then I will suggest you the fighter. Because again, you have DPS, so you can play solo easy, and you have the tank, and you can do what I'm doing now. You see, people are searching for me to do a dungeon with them because they don't have a tank. And even if I am, again, they are 73, right? 73k item level. I'm 54. And they asked for me to tank for them. I'm not bragging here, by the way. What I'm trying to say is that as a tank, you can get into dungeons, whereas as a DPS, you can't. Right? So yeah, fighter casual, exactly as Pazdat says. Fighters, it's solid for casual, for both DPS and tanking. Very, very good. And this game has multiple classes, by the way, so you can test them. By the way, so Octopus, to reach maximum level 20, it's taking you from 10 to 12 hours. I don't know how much you pay latency, but it's kind of this is 10 to 12 hours if you focus on the quest and move on. So, and if you like the game, do your Warlock, play a bit, start a fighter. Warlock is not pure AoE. No. Warlock has a healing loadout. Check your loadouts. You get 2 of them when you are level 11, I think now. You get 2 of them. You make a DPS one and you can do a healing one. So you can heal with your Warlock. Warlock is as well, by the way, a very good one for a starter one, not only fighter, because Warlock has both DPS and heal loadout. So here, if you look, manage loadouts, you get 2 of them, right? And when you go to powers, you will get yourself the name, right? You see, I'm fighter Vanguard, which means tank. If I'm going DPS, I'm fighter Dreadnought, which means DPS. I don't know the Warlock names, but you will see you can choose to be a DPS. You see here, I'm a DPS here. Or if I'm going to this one, I'm a shield, I'm a tank. You will have a heal and a DPS. So you can heal, by the way, Octopus, which is again very, very good, to be honest, because you can get as a tank in the queues much easier. Right. So when you do dungeons, I suggest you do as a healer mostly, because you will get faster inside. Are we still in the queue? By the way. Yeah. So as a Warlock, you have 2 as well, right? Tank has I'm stupid. Paladin has tank and heal. Warlock has DPS and heal. Fighter has DPS and tank. Cleric has DPS and heal as well as the Warlock. So you have sure no problem. Okay, they stop, so I would say sure, anytime. Yeah. Okay, so they stop here, which is good. Is 12:14. Maybe we need some randoms, she said. I don't know if she said she will ping me back. I don't need any random myself. I would like to do RC, but how do I switch to healer? So you press C. No, you are on. So you go to your character sheet. You go manage, and here you should have 2 already. Depends on what name you put. Me, I put the name DPS and tank. You maybe choose other ones, right? So if you have only 1 here, and you need to be in PE or into a fire, right? You cannot change them in battle, by the way, right? You need to be onto a fire, Octopus. You have to be on a fire, right? So you go to a fire and see how many you have here. And you see 1 for me has swords, which is DPS. 1 has shield. If by any chance you did 2 sword, 2 DPSs, you can do 2 DPSs, by the way. That means you need to change one. You go to manage loadouts and you see them here, right? The active one and you can buy more, by the way. You can buy more as well. You can have 5 if you want. You can have 1 DPS for AoE, 1 DPS for single target, 1 DPS for solo. 1 whatever you realize, right? So you go to powers, you retrain path and feats. If you have 2 DPSs, you will have to pay 60k or a retrain token and then create one, but only if you have 2 DPSs, right? So if by mistake you create 2 DPSs, you have to retrain. And when you retrain, it's going to ask you which paragon you choose. You will have 2 big options on the screen, right? That's the place where you choose if you are a DPS or a healer. If you choose both of them as a DPS, then you need to reset one of them, I'm afraid. And it's cost you 60k, which is a little bit expensive at the beginning. What can we say? Okay, so kind of this is the one. I hope you find the loadouts, right? I cannot show you, or maybe I can show you. Let me check. Let me go to my level 2. No, my level 2 doesn't have, of course, is level 2. I'm sorry. I cannot show you because this one doesn't have loadouts at all. Okay, give me a second. Why is this? Because I haven't logged in for a long time. Sometimes does this. Yeah, I wanted to show you on my secondary character, but I forgot. Fighter has okay AoE. Yeah, has okay AoE. It's not as fun as Rogue, by the way. Fighter, it's a pretty decent one, right? You have for AoE. Let me say. So if I go DPS, again, my build is not AoE because I cannot afford the third one. The problem in this game is that if you want to change your feats, you have to change your loadout. So if your class needs different feats for AoE versus single target, guess what? You need to have 2 DPS loadouts, one for single target, one for AoE, and another loadout for the tank, for example. So for the tank, this is the single target one, and I'm using a single target one in AoE because I cannot afford the third one. And I'm using it because in general in AoE anyway, anyone can kill anything, let's be honest. It's kind of, if you are if you know how to gear yourself and the rotation, you kind of kill stuff, right? The places where you may need some more DPS is single target. So that's why I choose to have my single target loadout as a DPS. But it's fine. I mean, let's do some AoE. Let's go to let's go to the toughest zone, so you can see the AoE in the toughest zone for somebody, by the way, who is not geared for AoE. I don't have is not geared for AoE, and I don't have even the good gear. So for example, the pants are not the right ones and blah blah blah, right? So let's see. I will go to, what's the last zone? Is the Nordark, right? Let's go to the Nordark. Okay, Nordark, it's Underdark here. So this is a tough zone, is the latest one. And I have trouble here, I will not kill them instantly, but I will show you how fast you can kill them. If this decides to load, by the way. But again, test them and see how you like them. Because as I told you, you don't need to reach to level 20 on all of them. Play until level 10, 11 when you get the loadouts, right? When you can take the DPS loadout. And by level 11, you kind of get a feeling of them. And I think you can get level 11 in... let me check my YouTube. Let me check my YouTube. When did I reach myself at 11? 11. So if I go to my playlist on the free to play for each, and I go here, it's what? So I got myself to level 10 in 2 sessions, and I did it in 2 hours each, I think. So the second episode from YouTube, it's already level 10 on Fighter. Okay, so in 4 hours, 5 hours, you reach level 10. Okay, so this is here. This is my setup with Anvil, which is single target, Tremor, which is AoE, and Onslaught, which is AoE. I'm using my Heavy Slasher the first to buff my part, and you need to make sure you keep your Vengeance up 50%. Now is 0, so I will just... where is the freaking place to do something? Let's go somewhere here. So this is the highest content today, the hardest mobs, and usually I struggle right in the highest one. So let me bring my Vengeance up. You need to have it 50%. I'm doing it by tabbing, and then I go here and let's fight the first few mobs. Okay. And that's why I don't like this zone, because it's putting you down. Okay, and I will kill this one with this, and I'll kill this one. So kind of this was it. Besides me going down like right. So we'll do the same. Now let's use my artifact. These guys are annoying because they camp under yourself and they drop you down. Okay, so we killed them, right? So kind of 2 hits, you see, it's killing them. And I'm not very well geared, and I'm not very good at the game and whatever, right? I'm not a top whatever myself. Okay, just making sure. Okay, this is a boss, so this one, a mini boss, this one will take much more time. Okay. Kill that. You see the single target, which is very good. And I got my stuff and I kill him. So, kind of. You see, kind of this is the gameplay with the fighter. It's not as cool as with the rogue, right? I mean, the rogue it's only level 2. I have on my main account, but I cannot open it that now. Rogue has a very good, cool. I didn't change the headsets here. So Rogue is much cooler. Yeah, it's decent. Exactly. It's not fun away. This one though. This one though doesn't go anywhere really. I don't have any quest active. Combat training. It's okay. Let's go to combat training. I'm level 2. This one I made it only as a bank. Exactly, it's decent. It's not great. It's not amazing. So let's go to combat training. So the rogue though, it's much more fun. Oh, I pressed the RAS button. So this is use shift to dodge. Okay. Okay. So this is the rogue. So you start with this one, this one, this one, and that's it. And this is so this is a different playstyle. You dodge a lot. And now it's about combat advantage. So that's all. You see, they are very, very fast. Everything is very fast, very nice AOE. Yeah. This is much cooler. Anyway, this is level 2, so you don't have everything here. It's actually much cooler in real life, right? But change character. Can you let me change character, game? Please. Not from here, really. I need to finish this one? Really? Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you that you can actually do this from stealth, right? So you stealth first. As he just teach me now, you stealth first, and then a lot of your skills they do 50% more damage or whatever, and so on. So it's cooler than that. So use your mount power. So I stealth, I go here, 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 and I press my mount as well because he just asked me to do so. Now we need to finish the training because I cannot go out, it seems. So this is what daily power. Okay, let's use the daily power. Oh, and the daily power for single target is so cool when you jump. Yeah. Okay, so you finished? Thank you, Mr. Corbin. Nothing you can teach me. Oh, I'm so good at level 2. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, play what you like. Don't go necessarily for the fighter. And again, Warlock has as well the healer part, so you'll get queuing fast as well with that. It's not only tanks, but also healers, which are getting that. I feel that nowadays healer, I think, are more needed in the standard queues from what I've seen. On the other hand, I feel it's easier to play with a tank than with a healer when you are under-geared. Right, so thinking about, I have 50k item level, I go into VOS. Am I doing better with a 50k tank or with a 50k healer? Tough question, to be honest. I don't know. I'm feeling very good in VOS with the 50k tank. I don't find myself doing anything drastically under an 80k, besides losing aggro to that amazing guy last time. But that was a different story. Yeah. Okay, I guess we streamed for 2 hours. We didn't do much today. We spoke a lot, but that's good. Thanks a lot, Trestaccio and Octopus, for the follows. Past that, you sub again. I don't know why. You know why. It's your choice in life to do that, but thanks a lot, sir. Very nice. Very kind of you. We will stream at least tank can attack during... No, the healer can attack as well. The healer can attack as well during the fight. You can attack it. Don't worry. You can attack as well, and there are some cool stuff you can do while attacking to get more AP, so you can get your daily faster. So it's more complex. It's not that. And there are players, by the way, which they play Pali. I told you it has a tank and a heal loadout. When they need to fight, I play the tank, by the way, when I need to fight. I solo fight. There are people which they said they play healer when they need to be solo. I feel it's a wrong decision from their part, but it seems it's working. So, fair enough, right? So, no, look, play a few classes, see what you like. In the end, it's 12 hours until the end, until the level 20. At level 20, you need to figure out a build done by somebody, or if you want to check yourself, you can as well, of course. And then figure out if you like to play that for a long time, right? And you can do 2 characters, 3 characters in the end. It's hard to gear 3 characters, by the way. So you need to make sure you understand. If you are all free to play, honestly, go fighter. You said something about VIP, by the way. So this is not entirely free to play if you go VIP. If you go VIP, you will have some advantages. A quite heavy one, actually. But it's still not going to be, you know, like somebody buying all the gear from the action house tomorrow, right? So you will still be grinding, even if you do have VIP. You will still be grinding, right? But you'll grind nicer because you'll have a lot of advantages, especially the logbook keys, which are giving you a lot of stuff. Those are practically the main stuff of VIP, the logbook keys. That's why people take it, because in logbook keys you get what we called Tarmalune, right? I have only 135. You get a lot of those, and make a fun. And if you don't like it, again, you lost 10 hours, right? If you don't like how it plays, you lost 10 hours, and you say, look, I come back to other stuff, right? But I guess for me, that was my decision, right? As I told you, I played this game for many, many years. I do have a main account where I paid a lot of money. I have 3 characters, which are, even now, if I didn't play the game for like 2 years almost at all, a little bit on my main accounts, and they are 75k item level 3 characters. So I'm top there, right? And when I decided to do a free-to-play test for YouTube and Twitch and so on, I chose fighter because I thought as a free-to-play, maybe I'm wrong, but at least I thought as a free-to-play, this is my best bet to advance. Because it has DPS and it has tank. The only one who does that is Barbarian. But Barbarian did such a bad tank. So Fighter was the only choice. Or if you prefer, by the way, healing versus tanking, I think the similar choice might be Cleric. Cleric, it's a decent DPS. Not that great in AoE, to be honest, but amazing in single target. And has probably the easiest way to heal those days. So it's probably the choice for me was between Fighter and Cleric. I choose Fighter because I do have a Cleric already on my main account. It was too boring for me to do the same one. And also because I feel like with tank, it's bit better than with healer. A bit. Again, I may be wrong. Those are my ideas. Don't judge me. I'm thinking, right? So again, thanks everyone for watching. As usually, we do have a YouTube. I'm posting everything there, assuming somebody wants to see from the past how we did something specific, how we geared the app. You will see all the videos there. At the beginning of the videos, usually once every 2 videos, I'm doing a review of the gear and the week. So you see how I progressed over the last 3 months. And also, by the way, we will stream back in 2 hours from now. And I'm not very sure if I will stream Neverwinter or maybe Volsen. I started Volsen the other day. I like it. So maybe in the afternoon, so again in 2 hours from now, maybe we will do a Volsen. I will figure it out. but we will be there.